Alright guys, welcome back to T90 Titans League Season 2. A Gold League here with a best of 3 matchup, I believe, between BadBoy and Hearttt. So we've got BadBoy here. I haven't actually watched the first 2 games yet, but we'll go back and do so later. We've got BadBoy here in the red trunks as Berbers against Hearttt in the blue trunks as Tartars. So BadBoy on a nice cavalry civ. The villagers will be a little bit faster too, so that's ultimately going to be useful for your wood lines later on in the game too, or for when you're trying to go for forward workshops and castles. Hearttt and Tartars going to get that little bit of extra herdable food. And better archers and cavalry archers with some free upgrades there. And bonuses to fighting on elevation, so these guys be quite nice on this map. Considering it is quite an elevated map. So as long as Hearttt can manage to shoot down the hill, he's going to reap the benefits of a nice 25% damage increase. Particularly easy to use with ranged against melee, obviously. So BadBoy safe and snug right in the corner here. Stone mines on the front side. Just bringing that elephant home now. So we're here today on Kilimanjaro. This might be part of the reason why there's a Tartars pick. They're a good civ in general, but particularly on a map like this. The Berbers, I guess the movement speed will be handy to try and actually minimize the usefulness of the Tartars, so it might be a bit of a preemptive pick into them. On top of that, they're also just quite a nice, well-rounded civ. Cheaper villages. I mean, faster moving villages, you can't go wrong. And again, extra herdable gathering. The ability to actually get some herdables when you make your extra town centers, obviously quite useful as well. So there is actually this fishing here, so this is slightly faster than the berries. It's less overall food, but it is a slightly quicker source. So players both opting to go for that before they worry about going for their fruit berries. Chuck one of these mills over this side. None of the players really looking to wall in just yet. They are going to start placing down some houses like Heartt's doing, like BadBoy's now doing, just to sort of get ready to throw down palisades later on should they need to. On top of that, I mean, the palisades are cheap, but they're not free, so ultimately you want to go for your barracks and either your range or your stables straight away. These guys are going to have to look at placing another mill and eventually transitioning to farms as well once they get through the berries. But even still, it is a nice little food steroid, the shorefish. Stables and barracks here for both players at the moment. There we go, so BadBoy's starting to put down some palisades just to protect his wood gatherers and his gold gatherers here. Hearttt also protecting his wood line. Not really worried about much else at the moment. Might be starting to really wall off this gold mine actually. Interesting wall off there. So it's sort of hard here because your opponents can sort of use this as a bit of a merry-go-round to hit other parts of your base. Well, Heartt's going to have to try and wall this up quickly because BadBoy does have a couple of scout cav here and they are through there, so that's rough. Over here, Hearttt trying to fight into BadBoy's spears, but probably doesn't have the unit count to stick around there any longer. Dropping a villager. BadBoy looking pretty snug at home, nicely walled in. Well, 3 against 1, he can probably take this fight, but he needs to try and get on top of another villager to really reap the benefit of having broken in here, I think. So he'll come in and do just that, actually. And try and surround a villager, focus it down. The scout cab does fall in the process, but this has been good. He's picked off a couple of villagers for this. At the same time, Hearttt, they're doing the same thing. So he could look at getting a bit of value out of this, because these villagers aren't going to be able to go anywhere. I think they are all but trapped there. And both our players being punished by not really walling their villagers in here at the moment. And some more villagers of BadBoy's now under threat, but there could be enough of them they might be able to help take the fight with the spearman there. BadBoy continuing to try and threaten Hearttt, but for now he looks to be pretty safe. Hearttt just going to have to either break out here or take the fight against one of the spearmen. Oh, and while this is going on, Hearttt managed to interrupt BadBoy's gathering once again. More houses being added to the wall off here. Another villager might get picked off here by BadBoy. Well, might get picked off by Hearttt, while BadBoy taking advantage of the fact that Hearttt hasn't finished off the wall off yet. Gonna see what damage he can do here. There aren't spears here to defend. And Hearttt continuing to work away the villagers here. So Heartt's now up by 3.5 villagers at the moment, so it's looking a little rough for BadBoy. Let's clean up that last scout now, and he's completely walled himself in. And he's really hunkered down. But Hearttt walks out of this 4 villagers up. Either player in the position to get transition to castle. Oh, it's got a lot of gold at the moment, actually. Looking to mass up a number of archers. Wally also goes for Castle Age, perhaps. BadBoy's probably having a try and put a bit of a wall off around the berries there, because it's sort of the only part that his opponent can try and cut into. Scat cav for BadBoy, but just checking out what his opponent's got here. Not going to be able to sneak in to the base at all, but he sees that there's the second range going up, and there's already a market, so his opponent must already be going for Castle Age. So meanwhile, BadBoy, his own Castle Age coming in. Just trying to use that one scout cab just to slow down the opponent's march across the field and keep tabs on how far away it is. A couple of feudal trash units. Sorry, there are archers in the mix, but a couple of feudal units here for both players. Not really a hugely expensive army, but Hearttt gonna try and see if he can shoot these guys over the wall, perhaps. So BadBoy has a bit of time to try and break. I mean, try and muster up the forces before these guys break through here. He is down a little bit in terms of the eco. So Castle Age apiece right now. Transitioning to double stables knights here for BadBoy, while Hearttt is going to start adding cavalry archers, and he is getting that crossbow upgrade. These guys are going to hit a little bit harder. The scout cav actually just falls there without even attacking the crossbows. I thought that was a bit strange. BadBoy slowly getting any damage off on these crossbows, because he should be able to pick them off with that many knights there. Over here, Hearttt possibly going to break through. Just going to take out the house for now. The knight picking off one of the crossbows there. The knights taking the fight to the archers, and even with a bit of stutter stepping, without a huge critical mass, I think the knights are tidy out that trade pretty easily. So BadBoy, knights versus cav archers, but bearing in mind, if he's fighting uphill, then the Tartar's players are going to be hitting harder if he's fighting downhill, sorry. At the moment, that doesn't look to be the case. Cavalry having a retreat though. BadBoy not looking to bring everything at the moment, just shove his opponent back. The crossbow's still alive here for Hearttt. Not going to be able to reach the gold gatherers, but he can keep eyes on this other gold mine. The camel taking shots there, it's not very good for him. suppose BadBoy not wanting to engage uphill. He probably wants to try on as even ground distribution with the cavalry archers as he possibly can, because it does reduce the damage that Heartt's going to do to him per round here. So Heartt now retreating. Do like the use of the single monk just to top up all this cavalry. He's going to add another one just to try and get a hold of the relics now. Oh no, just keep topping up the cavalry and then he can go for the relics once he thinks he's safe to do so. So bloodlines coming in here. So this, I think, might actually benefit the cavalry archers. Why he's going for it. Line helping out the cause of BadBoy at the moment. Possibly going to get that crossbowman. Man, he's chasing him down. And he gets him. Got some scorpions added into the mix here for BadBoy. A bit of a mixed comp now versus the cav archers. We got knights, we got camels, monks, and scorpions against pure cav archers.
Hello.
So BadBoy finds out about Heartt's got a town center going over here, and the meanwhile Heartt going for another one. Back at his base. Got a second town center here for BadBoy, but at this stage he hasn't squeezed in a third one. Oh no, he has squeezed in a third one as well. Sorry. Doofus. Nice quick wall there. It's gonna mean that that gets up with relative ease. But this outlying town center, the villages around are going to be under a bit of threat now. This mixed composition. So it's a bunch of villagers here, and they can't be up to any good. So there's a castle going to be put down on the doorstep for the opponent. So Heartt going to have to try and get these horse archers back home because he's not really got any way. Oh, he could have fit through the gap there, but you have to be really careful and try and focus down the vills, which could just get garrisoned in the town centers. So Ford Castle on Heartt's doorstep. What's he going to do? He's going to get a siege workshop to at least deal with the mangonels. Getting some of his own. Don't think he's going to go the rams to deal with the castle route, because man, that shit just doesn't work. Believe me. Really aggressive here by BadBoy. What's Heartt's response? This town center worked away. Mangonel potentially going to get picked off here. It will get picked off because it gets caught with the scorpion right in front of it. While the meanwhile cav archers snuck into the base. They've got that bloodlines upgrade, so they are a bit tankier. Sniping a few villagers now. So Heartt, he's down on vill count, but BadBoy, a lot of villagers garrisoned here at the moment. Having to be careful to not lose too many more vills. Cav archers caught on the lake there. They are going to stop a bit more gathering there. BadBoy still in castle. Heartt's still in castle. I don't think they got anywhere near the food they need to try and age up here, but it looks like BadBoy going for a forward town center, because then I guess he can go for another forward castle once he mines enough stone, and then it really prevents Heartt from coming over here and getting the stone to go for too many town centers and castles defensively, as well as being able to put down some more aggressively later on to, you know, solidify position around this gold. It's a lot of cav archers here, so this army of knights, camels is going to have to retreat here. So Hearttt also has this town center up over here in the corner, but it is cut off now, so BadBoy getting some scorpions. Be able to poke away at the villagers from over here. Make it very tough to mine gold there. It won't be safe at all. Quick, get the supervisor. BadBoy mining stone like a madman because he knows if he can get the stone to go for another castle here, he can really impact all this food eco of Hearttt. While Hearttt looking for an opportunity, he can interrupt the gold or the food gathering with his cav archers. He will take it. And so those villagers zoned by the scorpion. We've got a ram coming in here and a mangonel. So it should outrange the town center actually. So Hearttt gonna lose this expansion town center. Well, he's not really able to find a way in on the right. Oh, there could be a passage through there. He's going to get a couple of wood gatherers for his trouble. That's tough. He's going to lose this town center here, and there's this quick wall from his opponent, so all these villagers are going to get blocked off from the base. This is rough for Hearttt. He's had to get a mangonel to try and work away at the town center as well. Managed to get his cav archers to the back of BadBoy's base now so he can focus down some of the villagers. It's hard to tell who things are going better for at the moment because BadBoy really doesn't have the military count of Hearttt, but bearing in mind he's got this nice forward base at the moment, and he's now got the resources to go for another forward castle once he deals with the mangonel here, which shouldn't actually be fighting from inside the range, but it is. Oh, and the villager narrowly misses. Oh, not that time, not so lucky, but Hearttt, that's a lot of cavalry archers against the camel archers right now. Looks like camel archers are pulling ahead. BadBoy does clean up the raid in the back of his base. He's lost a number of villages though, and Hearttt going for a forward castle. Hearttt to a deal with BadBoy's rams now taking out some of his production. Getting cleaned up there, not able to get a conversion off. It's another player who's in the capacity to be taking Imperial Age here anytime soon. It's a nice little raid here for BadBoy. Quite tough for Hearttt. Drop a couple of villagers and he's going to lose all that gold gathering time. BadBoy bring villagers back because he can get on the gold in the center of the map now. Tracking down some more of Heartt's villagers, preventing gathering any of this central gold for the moment. Hearttt doing a bit of wood gathering over here on the top side. things have seemingly settled down over here for the moment. I mean, Hearttt will eventually lose that town centre, but there's no mangonel or anything taking out the farms. The watchtower here will prevent these guys from gathering this little bit of wood. Right now, Hearttt, healthy number of cavalry archers once again, but pushed off this gold on the left side. He could potentially snake all the way up to the right side here, actually. It's a BadBoy trying to do a bit of a run by with these camel archers, now chased by cavalry archers. Meanwhile, Keshik snuck in onto the farms here, but garrison. I don't know what happened there. Did he just... Oh, the castle must have hit it. I say, did he delete it? A forward castle attempt here for BadBoy. He wants to protect all this gold. But Heartt's managed to really secure the right side of the map now. A few archers here. BadBoy, but he'll be getting them to work in just a second. Some skirmishes now, some trash. BadBoy taking Imperial Age. Hearttt a little way away from his Imperial Age. But he's done well to win back map control here, I think, because he's secure the gold. So BadBoy hitting Imperial Age, but Hearttt, it's a lot of cavalry archers, so he's looking to get a bit of damage off before his opponent can really reap the benefits of, you know, trebuchets out of multiple castles and getting all those Imperial upgrades. There's a couple of villages being focused down now. And BadBoy having to bring back some units to try and defend here. I don't actually see any siege on the way here for him yet. So he might just be going for a massive camel archers to try and clean this all up. There we go, he's got one of the trebs, but he's having to be a little bit careful, because this is where all of Heartt's army is. He's got skirmishers now to back up his cav archers, so he's already backing them up with a bit of trash. Hearttt ahead, but only by about 4 villages. Military size is impressive though. This BadBoy have to go for a fairly defensive castle to keep things safe here at home. He's already had to invest quite a lot in castles. But it might be paying off for him, because he's already, between that and the earlier Imperial Age, able to go for the trebuchet pushing now. He can start working away at these town centres, at opponent castles. All those lovely things. His own Imperial Age, not too far away. Villages here under threat. Not the camel archers, to be useful in order to finish off this town centre, and it's the one with Imperial researching at it too, so Hearttt will be desperate to hold on to this town centre. Is he going to get the upgrade off? I don't think he will, actually. He does get it. He does get it just in time. That was so lucky for him, I think. But even still, he's lost that frontside castle. He's lost that starting town centre. looking really rough for him. He's on the back foot here at the moment. In fact, where are his town centers? Does he have any town centers? Oh, there he's got one at the back. That may be pretty much it at this point. He's down to one town center. He's now trailing BadBoy by about 30 villages. So, yeah, BadBoy. Oh, he's going to have to contend with the fact that there's all these side-built stables, though. So this could be a nice push with Liquipedia to deny all this wood gathering over here. Even some of the farming at the top of the base. So Hearttt is seemingly finding a way. He's caught out some of the trebs which are being ferried over to try and take out some production. But in saying that, skirmishes will take forever and a day to kill these, so they might only get the first one. Or is he going to be able to get the second without having to tank the castle? All the repairers are all there, but a couple of villages of BadBoys are going to fall, and Hearttt trailing on villages, but still attempting to raid with the Liquipedia, but there's camel archers here to clean them up pretty quickly, so those guys just ended up getting thrown away, unfortunately for Hearttt, but fortunately for BadBoy. Well, the castle just able to cover for most of the villages here. Trebuchet v Trebuchet. Hearttt tries to hold on to his position in the center of the map here. Getting some more production. Hasn't managed to snatch up the relic. Not the player's really grabbed any relics, I don't think. No. Treb's going to get picked off now. So it's now Hearttt with a huge army lead to make up for the fact that he does have that deficit over his opponent. In saying that, BadBoy sneaking out some cavaliers, going to be able to stop some of the side-built production here. And over on this other side, his villagers seem to be fine. There's nothing really swarming this town center at the moment. Cavalier's going to hit a lot harder than trash cavalry, than the light cavalry. In saying that, Heartt's in a great spot in the center here. He's got the 3 trebuchets, so it's going to take out one of these castles, going to be able to take out the other castle, all the town center pretty quickly here. And the Cavaliers interrupted Heartt's gold gathering now. So he needs to get something over here to clean this up ASAP, and I don't know if he can afford anything other than Liquipedia, and I don't know if that's going to be the greatest of trades for him. At the same time, now we've got Hearttt taking out some of these gold miners of BadBoy, and I think this might be his only source of gold at the moment at this stage too, so he'll be desperate to try and clean that up for the time being. More production falling here. All these villages under a bit of threat by Hearttt. BadBoy deciding to just go for it. He doesn't actually have any siege to try and back this up, but he's just going to try and clean up all the skirmishes. He's got plenty of cavaliers here, so he's got reasonable armor to try and tank under the castle, and a big army of cavalry to follow it up. He's trying to take out the trebuchets now. Now the cavalry probably just gonna... Ooh, BadBoy's backing out for the time being. So Hearttt focusing a couple of these gold gatherers of BadBoys down. Keshik's joining the Liquipedia. They're going to meet their untimely demise. Hearttt delaying a bit of gold gathering over on this left side once again, adding even more production. trying to find the opportunity to take out the castle now before BadBoy can get out any more trebuchets. Once again, trying to get some more cavalry onto these gold gatherers, but he's just, I guess, not patient enough to get a stack of them around. These guys will get cleaned up. Might be able to take out that town center. In the meanwhile, he is able to take out another castle over here. BadBoy having to clean up a lot of these light cav. He has hussars, so he does have a slight advantage there because he's got that slightly stronger light cavalry. So BadBoy trying to push the castle if he can. Hearttt sniping a bunch of villagers here. BadBoy cleaning up some of the Hearttsvilles. He's got a much larger army size at the moment. A lot of trash cav in these hussar, but at least they are the final upgrade tier which the Tartars player mustn't have access to, I guess, for those light cav. And Heartt's castle falling now, so his army now under a huge amount of threat. Those trebs he's going to want to try and evacuate. And GG is the call. BadBoy wins the game.